Hey guys, how's it going? So we are out here on a messy winter's day to take a look at this 3 Ridge Gear Alux Minipeak XL Pro hot tent. I've had this thing set up here in this location going through high winds, rain, sleet, and then the first big snow load of this year here in my part of the Appalachian / Blue Ridge Mountains, and the first snow that this thing has seen. I'll throw up a picture when I come and checked on it, because this tent is still set up in the same location from over a month ago when we did the first overnighter in it with a wood stove, and it's just at the edge of open field on the property. I had originally planned on doing a overnighter in it, but as you can tell, I'm getting over a bad cold and I'm not trying to catch pneumonia. So just thought I'd take and show you guys what this tent is looking like after a month in these conditions. The snow load that it got over the previous 24-hour period was about, I would say, the maximum snow load capacity. It was weighing it down pretty good, and if you was actually staying in it, you'd want to be clearing it off. And the day the temps have rose up to 40 degrees, so some of the snow did melt, and we've been getting this sleety rain mix today, so it's kind of melted and washed a lot of the snow that had accumulated up near the top and pushed it down here to the bottom. So you can see the sides are a bit pushed in, and it's really noticeable on this front facing side where the sun was hitting it a bit today, even though it's been mostly overcast. And we've got a bit of pooling right there as it's pushed the front edges in, but not had a single stake come out of the ground while this tent has been put up. It's been in a place to where I can easily check it by riding to it with the e-bike or the ATV. This whole time the vents have had no issue staying open. I didn't reinstall the flap right here. I just kept the stove jack installed. I just wanted to kind of see how it held up Velcro wise and everything. But I mean, I'm really impressed, because I've also intentionally not come and tension this thing constantly and consistently, because I wanted to see just kind of how well the original tensioning would stay in place, and it's done a great job. I'm going to take and brush this snow off real quick and tension it up and unzip it and see what we're looking like on the inside. But during the initial snowstorm that come through, the bottom snow skirt did a great job of sealing the tent off. Well, let's take it. Unzip this bad boy. The zipper's still really smooth. Take that off to the side. Okay, coming and taking a look at the inside, where this is the XL Pro version. I mean, you still have tons of room in here, even with the sides a bit caved in. The bag has stayed in here nice. I was originally worried because we've had some really high wind storms come through, and something I've had happen with tents in the past whenever I've done these type of long-term tests is I'll put the storage bag in. I put the storage bag in the vegetable. Now I always put them in the tent if I'm doing a long-term test like this, and sometimes the wind can scoot underneath the tent and just suck your storage sacks right out from underneath it, even if they're larger like this. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. And even the spot right here with the stove jack, it's not really super damp. And the other thing too is I didn't take, and I have not seam sealed this tent yet. And that was another thing, like it come with seam sealer. I just wanted to wait and, you know, see how this thing would do without it. And I'm really impressed, considering that all this snow and stuff that was on here earlier today is melted, because it's not really led to any like major dripping here in the tent. And also too, with that heavier snow load and the high winds, this reinforced area right here where our pole is at hasn't showed any sign of the stitching stretching, and also, even though it's not seam sealed, there doesn't seem to be any dripping even on these little O-rings here where you can hang gear to dry or a lantern. All of our wood right here, aside from this side that I think got a little bit blowed in from the hole there, our wood is dry. The ground, other than just ground moisture that seeps up through, is looking good. So yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't think that you can really tension things up too much just with, or maybe you can now that I've got that off. Some of that lower stuff was really weighing it down, but at this point, I would probably take and restake it some as well. But there we go. Just pulling those front two nylon tensioning straps has got that a lot more taut. And then bringing out those guy lines as well. But these green cordage tie outs is the ones that stretch the most in comparison to the nylon straps there. But that immediately give us back most all of our interior room. That back wall slash door area where it wasn't a side that was having any real snow load pressing in on it is still, you know, it's not vertical, but it's still at its kind of original angle. So yeah, guys, overall, I'm really impressed with how this tent has held up for that extended period of abuse. Now, I don't see how with this type of material, you know, if you'd been using it day in, day out during that time period on the nights where the temps was, you know, still like dipping down in the 20s and teens and stuff, constantly heating and then cooling down and heating and cooling down, you know, that might vary just a little bit in the results of how this would have held up in that time frame. But I think that touches on all the key points. And yeah, I'm going to definitely be leaving this here for now. So it'll be out here even longer because since it's not that far away from the gear shed, I'll come back and either pack this up whenever it finally dries back out. But I would like to go ahead and seam seal it, and we'll probably do another overnighter in this location. I will link to the video of the first overnighter when we set this thing up and done the first hot tent camp with this one. But I do need to get going because I'm starting to sound like a teenager going through puberty. I'm probably going to lose my voice. But let me know if this type of video is still the type of content you guys would like to see. Got lots of winter bushcrafting and camps and stuff planned as soon as I get over this cold. If thoughts, opinion, questions in the comments, please hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you've not already. Share the channel with your friends, family, anybody enjoys good outdoor activities and gear. And until the next one, guys, adios.